I don't have any problem in Nigeria. The only problem we are having are the leaders. Even me as somebody, I'm saying it publicly that if they can just do mass burial for all our leaders and let we the youth start ruling.
This is how we win. This is how we let's smoke off our worship, really.
Tina Ezekwe, all she did was stand by the bus stop. Chibike Anams killed while sitting with his friend at a guest house. Kolade Johnson killed at a football viewing center. Frederick killed during an argument with a police officer. Ayod Taiwo killed because he refused to give 15 naira bribe. Ifeoma Abugu, she was raped and murdered while in detention. Tiamu Kazim, he was a footballer that was pushed out of a moving SARS vehicle. Many have lost their lives, many have lost their family. Might not have been you doesn't mean it can't be. Say their names. Use your voice.
Yeah, good day everyone. Concerning this police brutality and Endsars protests, like a lot of people see it to be cloud chasing or the likes, but it's really far from it. Whatever you see online concerning police brutality, SARS, killings, they are all exactly how it is, because I've witnessed, like I've been a victim of such brutality. While we were still in school then, I and my friend, we actually two. That was late at night, towards 8 p.m. We actually went out to get food items and fuel for the night because there was absolutely no light for that day, and we really needed the light to be able to power some of our gadgets and like read some books that night. So we had to go out in search for fuel and some food items to keep us awake. And on our way back, we boarded a bike. We actually noticed a white bus following us behind, but we were not too sure, and the bike man kept going, and the bus was coming with speed trying to overtake us. And at a point when they found enough space, they came down, and I was really scared because I felt it were armed robbers or like stuff like that, because the way they jumped out of the bus holding guns on jean trousers and just a black t-shirt. And when we noticed it was the Nigerian police force, we were a bit calm. They searched us, found nothing on us, just our phones, the food and the fuel we went to get. They took us into the bus. They asked us to unlock our phones. They were going through it. They saw nothing. They started asking us where we live, that we need to take them to our house, that they need to go to our house and search to confirm if we are criminals or not. And I was like, Oga, how can you just see someone on the road and you just put the person inside a bus and you're telling me to take you to my house when I'm not even sure I'm safe? What is my crime? And we started asking some questions, and the next thing, I received like multiple slaps on my face. They started insisting that we are criminals, we are fraudsters. They profiled us a whole lot of things and laid false accusations on us. We were out of fear. We were forced to take them to the house. They searched everywhere, scattered our properties, our bags, looking for what I don't even have an idea of. And when they could not find anything, they were like, they are going to take us to the station. We have to settle them. I was like, Oga, we are students, we don't have any money. They were like, oh, we don't have money and we have TV in our house, we use air condition, like just giving us different excuses that how can we not have money when our houses are like this, we are living good, that how are they sure we are students? I said if we are not going to bail ourselves out that night, they were going to take us to the station, just like that. And we kept insisting that there was no money, and we ended up sleeping at the cell with criminals that night. And later in the morning, they brought us out The funniest part was that they gave us a book to write a statement. They refused us to write exactly what happened. They were actually telling us what to write in their favor, so that it will look like we were actually like what they said was actually what we did. And I'm sure that's how a lot of people as like they fell victim of such, because how can you arrest someone and when the person wants to make a statement, you keep forcing the person to write what you are saying rather than the exact incident that happened. And later on, we had no choice. They told us to pay 80,000 naira to bail ourselves. After so much plea, they were like, they cannot collect anything less than that unless we want to stay there. We were students, we have tests and exams to write. We had no choice than to make calls and source for money to bail ourselves out after sleeping there overnight. So when people talk about this police brutality and SARS killings in Nigeria, a lot of people feel it's just the bad. I'm not saying they are not bad people. Yes, there are criminals too around, but you cannot profile any young youth you see outside doing well. You profile the person a criminal. You want to extort. You want to abuse power, oppress people just like that. It really happens. Like, it's been happening. It's been reoccurring over and over again in Nigeria, and it really has to stop right now. And that's why we're calling on the government, United Nations, anybody at all that can help lend a voice towards the government, because it seems like they are not even listening. And what's happening now, they are sending talks to disturb the protest, to cause a division between protesters so we can start fighting ourselves. That's the government we find ourselves into now, and all we are asking for is just a change to stop killing us. We are not even asking for much. We are just asking for a platform to live peacefully in our own country.
This is my third try. So what happened was my friend came to pick me up from my hostel because I was supposed to visit him. He was my neighbor before I moved out of that area. So we were at a stop. Will I say stop? Just like a pause when you're driving. And then before we knew it, like police, like they said they are special units, probably SARS. Whatever it is still a department in the police force. They just dived into the car, took us to their station, and they did not read us outright. They did not tell us what we did wrong or anything. They just moved us to the station. So we were three, like my friend and his friend and then me. We went to the station and we were confused. Next thing, my friend was like, what did he do wrong? They asked him who owns the car because he was driving a Honda Crosstour. He said it was his dad's own, but his dad is late, so the ownership is now his mom. And then they were asking him, what does his mom do, blah blah blah. And he was like, his mom owns like material shop, something like that. And they started badgering him that he will explain what his mom does and everything. They were not even conversing with me. They were not talking to me. It was basically the two boys. It was like I didn't exist or I did not have a right to talk. And then the next thing, my friends were trying to call people, I guess their parents, and they slapped my friend, the one I know, and slapped his friend. And when they were slapping the friend, they slapped me too. And I'm like, what just happened? And they took our phones. And I was like, you didn't even ask me to get my phone. You've not even spoken to me. And you just slapped me randomly. Then the guy that slapped me went on to accuse me, because he was now asking my friend if I'm his girlfriend. Apparently, maybe if I'm his girlfriend, I don't really know why that question was necessary. But he said I'm not his girlfriend, I'm just a neighbor. And he went on to accuse me of being a lesbian. That how can I be going with a guy and he's not my boyfriend? And I was like, how does that make any sense? He said I was a lesbian. If not, why is this guy not my boyfriend? I'm like, so I'm not allowed to have friends at my age, like plain friends, must everything be sexual? Then he was like, okay, I'm sharpening my mouth, like I'm feeling that I'm too wise. And I was like, I don't understand this. Then after they kept us for more than 4 hours, my friends ended up paying 100,000 to be able to leave the place. And then the same guy, other officers asked me for my number, and I can't remember if I gave it. I probably gave it to them because it was more like just take it and get out, because the more attitude you put up, the more they threaten you, because even the way they asked me was very, very aggressive. Then the other guy that slapped me came and asked me for my number. And I was like, are you not the same person that just slapped me? And he said, oh, that I have the guts to ask him. I was like, yes, because I didn't actually do anything. You just hit me for no reason. And right now you're asking me for my number. He said, so that I'm not scared. Oh. Like he had this dead ass look on his face. Like he was going to beat me or something, that I'm not scared. I was like, I don't understand why I should be scared when I did absolutely nothing. You hit me before you could even ask me to do something, and now I'm supposed to be scared. So long story short, I ended up going home. I didn't have to pay anything. It was only my friends. But the thing is, you don't expect that it can happen to you until it happens to you. So it was just where I have to rush this because I don't want the video to be like too big. So
those of you who don't know the story of Chijoke, I'm just going to tell you what happened quickly. So Chijoke was 20 years old in 2012 and he went for a child dedication. He was picked up there and he was allegedly taken to SARS office. When his family went to look for him, they were told that he had been taken to the headquarters. They went there to find him. His mother spotted him being brought into the station and she said, that's my child. And the officer in charge of that station, the notorious 1-4, asked them to boot her and the family out of the premises, and then they were pushed out. Since then, they haven't seen Chijoke again. The next time they went, the officer 1-4 boasted that he shot Chijoke, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. They searched for him, and then some other officers told the parents that it's possible he hasn't died, that the man could just be bluffing. They should bring some money to bribe him. The father brought some money. The officer said the money was too small. The father went, sold his land, sold some properties, raised 3 million, gave it to the man. The man said 3 million was chicken change. And the most horrifying part of this story, if you're a parent, that man, CSP Wafo, made Chijoke's dad to look for Chijoke's body in a river of dead bodies. He made him turn every single corpse upside down, searching for his son. I can't imagine what that man was going through. One part of him would think, let me find this body so that we can have closure. Another part of him would think, let me not find this body so that we can have hope. This is the impunity with which officers have treated us. They came to Abuja to seek justice. The state CID told them they would have to pay money to transport officers down to the state where it happened to investigate. We have no system. We cannot get tired.